When we had a look at some of my holiday photos, and you had to decide whether my holiday photos were the UK or India.
There's always a tendency for a teacher to look at the curriculum and then start teaching it, and then later on start evaluating the student's development. In reality, what we don't do is the before assessment, and I think that's really critical. Slow down initially and give the students the opportunity to reflect on what they do know, because sometimes there's a lot of learning that happens outside the classroom context.
The question I'm going to ask you is this.
By asking them at the beginning of the project what they knew, I was able to ascertain their current levels of understanding, therefore making the lessons much more specific to their knowledge and their needs, and also helping them to feel more ownership over the project as well. The auditing activities are not just a tool for creating interesting discussions within the classroom, but also provide you with the information you need to create your lesson plans. So it's also important to adjust your planning to improve the depth and breadth of your students' knowledge and to influence their attitudes in the most effective way possible, and ultimately to improve the quality of your teaching.
I've done this activity twice now, and you get very different results with different groups of children, and I think teachers have to be ready to respond to those results with their planning and be willing to change their planning. The assessment activity had quite a large impact on our planning and teaching. We really asked teachers to evaluate their resources and think about whether their resources were perpetuating prejudices and stereotypes, and also making sure that whatever they're teaching, teachers present a very kind of full and diverse picture of countries that they're looking at around the world. We really wanted to change children's attitudes towards other countries, so it really added a global citizenship element to the topic, which possibly wasn't there as much before.
And I think it can be quite empowering for staff in terms of seeing in a quantifiable way the impact they've had on a child. But if you can turn around to a staff member and say, actually, this is what your children thought before and 70% now think this, then I think that's really, really encouraging.
I wanted to share our findings with the schools. I held a staff meeting and everyone tried the activity themselves, and they also looked at the comments that the children had made. I asked the teachers to look at their own topics and think about a kind of global citizenship attitude and value that they would also like to assess and have a look at.
Teachers support each other, so they give each other ideas, they explore activities with the children, and then they can relate to each other and tell each other which things have gone particularly well. And that support network is absolutely crucial.
How did you go about challenging those stereotypes?
Sharing the editing process that we've been through with staff has made them much more aware of how they pick resources and the importance that they place on the resources that they use, has really sort of opened their eyes a little bit to not just picking the first resource they find, but really looking deeply into it. What do I want from the children? Is this going to get that?
Upskilling children by deepening their knowledge and understanding of the UNCRC, issues of social justice. I think that was a big hurdle really. We got the questions of, well, I haven't got time to do that, but actually it was about encouraging the teachers that it's all built in, it's woven through, it's not an add-on, it's not an additional part, it's actually what should come first in your thinking. Once teachers started to plan and deliver the lessons and could see the children's interest and excitement, and also the kind of unique way in which they had to think about different subjects within the curriculum, I think that really motivated staff to carry on with it.
Does everyone understand what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, so that group that I'm going to be working with